All right. Meeting brought to order at 5:34 p.m. Let's start with the pledge and then we'll go to roll call. You have your options. Pick a flag. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome. Okay. Roll call. Gabriel Sook, present. Aaron Montano. Bryn King, not here. Bill Lee, not here. Rebecca.
Someone's trying to log in.
Oh,
I'm here.
I don't see them in the waiting room yet.
Okay,
Rebecca is here. Yes.
here, present.
All right. And Mark. Present. Okay. Consent agenda. So we need to approve today's agenda and approve the January 2026 minutes, which are on the website, and then approve the January 2026 bank reconciliation check register, which is in our emails. And then we have some bars to approve, which Katie is going to go over quickly now.
So we need to approve bar 15 through bar 32. And most of these bars are reconciliation bars from the audit. And so it's just cleaning up the fund balances. And for most of these, there's just adjustments we have to do because of where we ended into the fiscal year. There are a few at the very end that are actually new funds. So bar 30 is the PEC grant we got for $10,000, which will help pay for JR. We got an additional 36,000 in Title I, and we got 343,000 in SB9 funds, state match funds. So that's all. We never know if we're going to get that or not.
Is 32 SB9?
Yes.
Okay. And what was 31?
31 was additional Title I money.
Okay.
And then 30 was your PEC grant for $10,000. The rest in here are all reconciliation bars from the audit. Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the bars or anything that they want to ask Katie before we go ahead to approve them? Okay. So I will motion to approve the February 2026 agenda, the January 2026 minutes, the January 2026 bank reconciliation and check register, and bars 15 through 32, which are reconciliation. Is it 30 or 38? That's PEC.
Say that again, Dave.
No worries.
It was 30.
Okay, and then bars 30, 31, and 32, which are PEC, Title I, and SB9 funds.
Correct.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
There we go. Seconded by Rebecca. All right. Let's vote. Aaron? Ben?
Aye.
Bill, are you comfortable?
Sure.
Okay. Rebecca?
Aye.
Yes, and I will also vote aye. So unanimous. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, next item on our agenda, construction report, which we have gotten over the months from Kyle sending something in, and I've wanted for a long time to bring Kyle, our operations director, and Matt from Murphy Builders overseeing the project in here for a couple of reasons. First of all, to thank Matt and Murphy Builders for the project that they're doing here and just in general, outside of this big project, having a kind of a local construction partner who is willing to work with us, a school, and is willing to kind of be flexible to changing needs and kind of moving containers and all that other stuff. It's incredible, and we're fortunate for that. And if we didn't have that, I mean, it would be unfortunate and troublesome. So I wanted to thank them, and then just wanted to give a chance for them to kind of explain a little bit more about the project, and then maybe take a quick walk outside, and just so that we can see it. Um, it's, the biggest thing we've ever done infrastructure wise, but by a long stretch. And I think it's not just big for Hozho, it's big for the town. And not only that, but it's also kind of, it's the start. This is kind of what we're doing now, but it is not the only thing we plan to do. So I wanted us to have a chance to kind of understand it more, really from a physical perspective, and then just to like ask questions. Like my wife asked me when we were in Phoenix last weekend driving past the dome, if you poke a hole in it, will it automatically deflate? I said no. But so
It depends on how big the hole.
there we go. I think she was thinking like a pinprick, so yeah, yeah,
It's kind of like a hot air balloon. It all depends on how big the hole is.
yes. And for those on the Zoom, I'm gonna bring my phone with us. I'll try to join the meeting, and then can kind of take the video out there if I can figure the technology to do that. So, gents, do we want to start with
Let's just go straight outside. I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can explain the project. I want you guys to understand what all you're getting
Yeah.
with this project. Because it is the start and the utilities that are coming with it, so. It'd help if you see it, and then we'll come back and talk.
Yeah, and don't
Cause the sun is going down.
don't skip on the details. There's been a lot of earth moved and a lot of rocks crushed and lines pulled and connected and all that stuff. So I'm gonna join it from my phone, and then the meeting. Let me see if I can just.
That would be.
Yeah, the camera's just gonna be better from. There we go. All
We
right.
really need to bring it with us if we don't, just like Bill said, can we put it, is Dan online? Can we just put it in recess?
I don't think we have Dan.
Samantha?
Sam is online. Oh, I just muted that though.
What is the question?
Hold on.
Progress.
There we go. So I'll just take this with us. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, we don't have to go too far.
Really stand up the hill.
First board member ever. You're
Oh,
on.
no. No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're.
You actually are not. You are actually not.
You should start. I just gotta look those.
All right. Whoa.
That's pretty impressive, Matt.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt.
So. In general. And in general, this area where you see the rebar going down right now. To the south half of the weight room, that's a weight room with the up base. That's gonna be all concrete. We're gonna put that on Monday and Tuesday. That's gonna be 2 basketball courts. And then where you see this light, smaller looking gravel, the darker gravel, from there over, that's all gonna be turf inside. It's about 40 yards of turf. We're gonna run that all the way up to the weight room. The one thing we're gonna do on the weight room, which we're gonna add, is we're gonna put some like fire rated plywood on there. Is what me and Kyle talked about. So they could do exercise bands, fully a little bit more indestructible type of. We don't want to put sheetrock because the base probably So we're making constant adjustments like that all the time. What you don't see is the football field on the other side, and the 24-inch. You can see some green tubes sticking up there.
Oh yeah.
That's a 24-inch storm sewer that wraps all the way around, goes around the parking lot on this side, and the boys just to the side. So that's going to take all the flow. If you were to take the elementary school and say this flows that way and this flows that way, that takes everything to the detention pond on the lower. So
Is that the rocks down there? That's the pond or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the pond that the city thought we were not doing our due diligence and we were just a bunch of renegades over here.
Just throwing
We
rocks.
did have it designed by somebody. And then it's gonna come back around and come underneath here. And then this is also gonna be a storm sewer on this side. So we're gonna try to capture flow off both sides of the dome, because you can imagine you don't have roof drains, you don't have downspouts, you don't have a bunch of conventional ways to convey water. So the storm sewer aspect of this thing is about a $670,000. Which is one stick of 24-inch pipe is a little over 1,000.
Jeez.
So, yeah, talking about stuff that's underground, have you had any issues with mine shafts or anything like that?
No,
That's a great question.
I know where the mind map is, and it's underneath the,
We know that mine map is about as accurate as.
yeah, and we haven't seen any shafts per se,
Okay.
but we have seen a ton of coal.
Hmm.
Ton of coal, and typically coal is organic, so it's deleterious. You do not want to build on it because it can degrade over time. But in Gallup, there's no way that you don't run into coal.
Yeah.
So you see all that black fabric right there? This was not from the plant, nothing in there that said do this or thou shall not pass. That's geogrid, that's a tensile fabric that's made in a web. So that way, if you do get differential settlement, it bridges that gap.
Mm.
That if New Mexico used that underneath their roads on their highways, we'd have a lot better.
Yeah.
So that is,
Seven
that,
cars ruined on I-40 last.
Jeez.
One pothole.
yeah, I believe it. That is underneath this entire part of the turf field right here. Because what I don't want to do is have the expense of a $300,000 turf field. And then later on, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
it's going on because I don't know what's underneath there. You know, so we're trying to bridge it. The little extras up and over to make sure this thing lasts. Very, so it's fun. We're to
Thanks
the
for
fun.
doing your due diligence on that. because
Yeah.
That's,
We're to the fun part.
this is potted with plate shafts. and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
There's nothing over there on that side. We threw away 9 truckloads of car parts, curb, gutter, sidewalk. All underneath when we dug that.
underneath it,
Yeah, when you look off the edge, so when Cathedral was bigger, like, hey, just give us more land, they just kept off the edge. It was all. But, you know, when you bid jobs, you don't pick that up, you don't know that's there.
Yeah.
Just deal with it as you can.
and we didn't get rid of things the way we used to.
And then how far does this go before the dome folks come in?
So where we're at is 9, the turf is gonna go down.
No,
So by the end of next week, I'm hoping you see this all concrete. Which really lucky for our weather right now, or I would never pour the gym floor. So because you just don't have enough light during the day to cure the concrete and
Yeah.
finish it well. But we're gonna pour this next week, so this should be all concrete, and this side should be all green turf by the end of March, and then they're supposed to come in at the end of April. I was hoping for the 1st of April, but they're having a couple delays on shipments of things, but we're gonna be as ready as we can. That over there is the pad for the new electrical service. That's all complete.
Ah.
There's power coming over. There's gonna be a pole installed over there, so you will not have power on March 16th.
By the way.
So we took spring break. because
Yeah.
We didn't want to take it.
Julianne.
Paris.
Oh, there. Yeah.
Any concerns with like that?
We already cleared.
We're good, we need lights, right?
We do need a light. We do need a beacon. But the thing is there's nothing set there. It doesn't describe what type. It doesn't describe.
So we could put like a wolf up there.
Not too sure how to cap-
Guys.
Yes.
But so that FAA.
And then do they bring their crew, like the dome folks, or are you guys work? They kind of bring the stuff.
So they're bringing stuff. They're bringing all the material and they're having trouble finding labor.
Ah.
So we're supplying our guys to help them just because we have a crew that.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be all on them. So I'm hoping they give us some money back. If not, because it's a $2 million contract.
Yeah.
And we're gonna supply about 15 guys to help them stretch the fabric out and do it.
Well, let's make sure. Yeah.
So once the fabric goes, and once this goes up, we still have finished work to do on the inside because I don't want to put sheetrock on the inside of the gym and have it ruined
Right.
because we have no weather protection right now.
What's the top of the observation?
That's just concrete.
That's me.
5 inches of concrete.
That's where I do my speeches.
Oh, yeah.
The Hunger
Games.
Games.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to walk there, yeah, but there's 2 offices inside. And then it's just open, but it's just concrete. Nothing.
And that was something we weren't going to be able to do if we didn't get, didn't we get a grant for that?
CSP money. That's for the.
Equipment. Yeah.
We actually.
We're not going to do it like Wowie, just get a trailer and drive around the Southwest. And yeah, that's a tribute. He's amazing.
So we weren't gonna do any of the weight room at first. And then Kyle and myself and the architect tried to find little efficiencies here and there so we could actually build the weight room, because that would really be a challenge afterwards.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an airlock over on that side where that roller's at. So we even opened up the size of that so that way if you guys ever had to bring a large piece of equipment, because you're not gonna reach 77 feet with one of those. That thing right there goes about 45. So the center of it's gonna be at 77. So if you ever had to come in and do some maintenance of whatever kind, you need, so we've tried, or I've tried to really look at everything and just go, no, that's not good enough. We need to do this. Or
Yeah.
that's too much. Let's scale that back. So it's been back and forth this whole time, just trying to get it right. 3-phase. And then there's natural gas that goes all the way around. There's a 3-inch natural gas line there. There's a little blue pipe sticking up over there. And it runs all the way and all the way over and all the way back over here. And since we're standing here, I'm just gonna tell you about it. This was gonna be a surprise. I told Kyle about the surprise. So it wasn't included in our contract, and it's not. But I know at one point we talked about some extra money to do some gardening stuff, and we talked about building huts. That is actually the gazebo. That's the still for the gazebo that's supposed to be placed over there. It costs us about $1,000 just for the steel. We have it here, so we're ready to go put it up, but we went ahead and bought it anyway because we were like, hey, let's try to think of something fun that we could just do in addition to, because he's the one guy that's got kind of put everywhere, every corner I see him planting all kinds of Mr. D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Mr. G.
Yes. 100%.
People who care about community.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah, so for
good egg.
you guys, it's just.
That's awesome, man.
So, the portables, the 2 portables.
The 2 portables, see that little gray pile right there? Well, actually, you see the 2 yellow gas lines sticking up?
Yeah.
1 portable, second portable. So there's water and sewer to both of those right now and gas.
Those will be
So
plastic.
we'll be ready for whatever.
Next year, they'll be plastic. The year after that, whenever we get the other portables. Bathrooms, because there's no bathrooms.
The biggest thing about this project, the unspoken, not fun part about this project is it's majority of it's in dirt and infrastructure.
Yeah.
There's a fire line, 6-inch fire line that goes all the way around. You by code have to have that in certain parameters to be able to put a structure like this. It's not fun, it's not glorious, nobody sees it, can't touch it, nobody's happy to see a fire hydrant. But the building blocks are there for the next. So all getting New Mexico Gas to even participate and try to let us change the gas meters out one more time has taken about 4 months of work and a force email like every week. So a lot of it's utilities, a lot of it's infrastructure, but it makes it to where anything on this side of the building, it's easier to do than what it was.
Oh, and down the hill,
And down the hill.
construction of fields and lights and concession stand.
Yeah.
So it's, it'll be ready. Yeah.
You see the gray panel there? That's the tower that's set up for baseball field lighting, football field lighting, concession stand. The water is there, the sewer is there, everything's there. It's just now interject us some money and let's run.
Yeah.
So.
Which is what we're going to work on as a board, the
Yeah,
interjecting of money.
because you have something, you have a design set of plans. which most people can't even get money to design plans.
Yeah.
They usually ask for the first phase of funding just to design plans. 3 years go by, then 3 years later, they ask for the money to build the plan. And now it's like, okay, now you gotta go back and redo it all
Yeah.
because the code's changed.
And as we learned, depending on where we're getting money from, like there's, but we couldn't do some of this until we did those plans. I mean, that was like
So there's certain things on this plan, like the kitchen right now, we have a permit on the kitchen. We just pulled it anyway. We pulled it because we want to be ready in case you get it. While we're doing this construction, we could just keep rolling.
yeah.
We just keep moving. We don't want to have to go back. The energy code just changed right after we got this project. I can tell you right now, you would be spending hundreds of thousands.
But when plans are, if you get done and approved, then you're kind of grandfathered in. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that and tricks we're trying to do to make it efficient.
When it's time to blow up the plate, we'll blow it up. It's inflated.
Right, we don't blow up.
We don't.
You're gonna need a lot of people, a lot of straws.
Vocabulary, words matter. How long does that process take? Can we have our kids out here like?
Oh, we're gonna make a shindig out of it. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I mean, how long will it take? I mean,
I saw a bunch of kids the other day and I was about to go grab them and say, no, just come over here.
Depends on how many air pumps. You have.
Yeah.
Everyone start blowing.
Honestly, I have no clue, but I'm sure it's gonna,
I know
Be-
how many cubic
it's gonna
feet
be
is it, do
quick.
you know,
the fans themselves.
the structure, how many cubic feet?
Oh my goodness. I saw it on the print once and it's a ton.
It's gotta be. It's gotta
I'm gonna see if
be
this number was right.
a million.
Oh, it's,
Yeah. Cubic feet. It's gotta be more than that. So a cubic foot of air is like basketball.
Hmm.
So
Million basketball, yeah, it's like that.
it's gotta be more.
3.5 million.
Wow.
So,
That would be on the.
and you've got how many fans inside? Two.
There's one right there. That's where that big hole is that Kyle had to graciously give up the bus parking for, which I'm gonna ask him for more room. And then this other one right there, that big concrete pad right there, there's another air unit there. And it has a bit of 45.
An hour.
It should be an hour. When we looked at the deflation study was with 3 doors open, evacuating 1,200 people. And it was gonna take, with no power, no fans, it was gonna take 4 to 6 hours still.
To deflate, right.
So
But to
on
go
the,
up, it'll be,
but on the up, because the up and down was measured both, I think it was right over.
So I'm just running figures
Yeah.
in my head, 120,000 cubic foot balloon.
Because I
How many horsepower my fan is?
There we go.
I'm like, yeah, that's an hour.
A very unique experience for this project.
Yeah.
45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, we needed it.
Yeah.
How many of these are in the?
I just know there's two Albuquerque at UNM.
UNM has it.
Tennis, they have tennis.
I think that's it.
So some of the,
It'll never come down. And it just,
no, some of the things that are really particular that we're all working on. Hopefully is site security, some fences. Some money for that, money for finishing the inside of the basketball courts, there's no money for that. You know, so there's things that are, the building blocks are there, but to finish it all the way, we do need a little bit more to protect you.
not holding your big ballpark down.
You know. Million to get it to where the parking lot paved. We got fencing, basketball courts are complete, because right now you're just gonna have concrete. On the basketball side, which that's the easiest thing to do is go back and put that, but. It's, like I said, the blocks are gonna be. There is certain funding that I hope we can use, but just.
Yeah, sometimes it's all regulated.
Hey, I'm cold.
Pat,
You guys cold.
I'm cold too. But
What is that? They cold?
he's used to the fire, man. He's got the fire right there.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Wow. It's impressive.
Yeah, no, it's good. So the only other part that, I guess we didn't really look at or talk about, on the other side is the temporary parking lot that we put on that side is supposed to be a kitchen. And where the playground is right now is supposed to, it's a placeholder for a 2 to 3 story building at some point. On that side, we're a dealer for Barco Pruden, who's a metal building manufacturer. We already have the plans stamped and drawn. And we're ready to pull the trigger on purchasing that building whenever
Mm.
the kitchen building, whenever the money's right to do that. Even if it was just a shell of a building at some point to spend some money to get that done, it would be really beneficial for operations of the school. Plus, it would be cheaper now than it will be later.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I'm hoping we can roll into at some point. We've already put about $70,000 worth of gravel below it. So it's already got engineered fill underneath it for the soil report. And we're already there digging with big equipment. So it was like, I asked Kyle, I said, can we just do it now? And, myself and Rick are spending money, hoping the fruit comes, but it might not come monetarily. We're just want the school to succeed however possible. I have bent over backwards for this place.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that when my kids are gone, when all of our kids are gone out of here, their success is still that's because
We've left quite a legacy.
these things are
The community needs it, and there's nothing else like it doing what we're doing.
I don't know, have we talked about once this stuff is up and possible ways for it to generate revenue for the school?
Without
There's a-
it being worn down and having it be like, we have to increase, this is probably like that sweet spot there.
Right.
Have to charge, how often without it getting.
But I think we have talked about the kind of the base of that, and we will, before it's open, have a plan in place. I don't think we ever want to be like, nobody can use it, but we just have to be responsible about, what does an hour of use cost from just straight up, extra electricity, whatever, and then what does it cost in terms of depreciating the asset over the long term. But
And I'd like to figure out how we set aside a separate line for the 20-year replacement of that membrane to
Absolutely.
that thing. So
Absolutely.
that
So-
whatever we're generating, we're just putting aside so that when we get to that
That should
point.
be part of the facility maintenance plan, absolutely.
and there's a lot of little kid sports, dancers, baseball teams, football teams that are not Hozho teams, but they represent Hozho well. So however you guys think of the hierarchy of who gets to use it, it will be a great recruiting tool.
oh yeah,
And from a youth development perspective, huge.
yes,
Huge.
oh yeah. Kyle and I are, yeah.
I've had a Hozho baseball team for 5 years now. This is my 5th year. And it's interesting now that they're all mid-school / high school. And it's like, wow, and I can tell you when we started, there was Harper and Tristan, there was like 3 kids that were actually Hozho students. But we promoted it as a Hozho team.
Yeah.
And now I'd say 80% of them are the students,
Yeah,
got
that's
off the waiting list, came to school. So there's another side to it too. on how-
100%.
When we get to that point to where we're starting to really get serious about talking about that. Did El Paso County Coliseum for 3 years and have some pretty good fundamental and building block ideas.
love to
What
get
the
you.
track should look like.
Yeah.
And what the responsibilities of the people who are using it are and where you can generate
Yep.
revenue,
Mhm.
things that you can bargain on, things that you should never bargain on.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're going to save ourselves a lot of time by coming into this intentionally and having it ready to go from the outset, rather than getting there and trying to figure it out on the fly. And it's just going to put us in a easy
I
position.
just know from, past experience, just the small room that we did at the chamber, Matt, from day one, we started getting hit with,
Yeah.
we want to use the facility. And once people see this is up,
Oh yeah.
everything from graduation parties to, I mean, you name it, they're gonna start hitting you. And if we're not ready for that, then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And also just to have it digitized, to have it online, to have it so it's some of it can handle itself, but it's also like we put in the little bit extra work beforehand, it's gonna pay off huge.
And
So
Kyle has the numbers, and I have them too for some of the operational costs of just blowing the thing up. And
Yeah, just
heated it
turning the
cool.
power on, yeah.
It's a
Substantial.
substantial nut.
Yeah.
So
I will tell you that when I was out at Red Rock, when I was running Red Rock, right, to just turn, and the lights have been updated since the time I was there, which was just after the dinosaurs. So, just to turn the lights on in the stadium was $2,000. Just to flip that switch,
Wow.
to start warming up the lights was $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
One last question I just had. So when we kind of finish with this project, the dome will be done and then the football field will be graded. Is that correct? Or it's already like, cause
Yeah, I'll give you a good picture of what you're gonna be left with when we're done with this contract. So the lower aspect, which is the football and the baseball field, we're working on the baseball field right now, but the football field is gonna be rough graded, meaning that it's just native soil. It's all compacted, but it's just gonna be dirt, just finished dirt graded to a certain elevation. It's gonna be ready for the finishing touches, which would mean we already have the storm sewer there and we got a pipe stuck out for it. And so we got to put the storm sewer underneath the football field, which I've done a ton of times. And then we got to put all the gravel underneath it, turf, lights, bleachers, so on and so forth. So you're going to be left with the storm sewer is going to be ready to tap in, and you're going to have the dirt. It's going to be too great. The access road going down is just going to be a dirt access road for now. It's going to need to be finished at some point, because it's gonna be your emergency vehicle access. And then up on top, there's gonna be a paved road that goes from Elva all the way around and back out onto Park Avenue with a turnaround circle over here in the front, which is gonna be like the staple at some point for some kind of monument of some kind, I would hope.
The Julian Hillock.
Yeah.
So,
Like
now,
this, all the Heisman's.
so for this road thing, this just, we can talk more offline about it. But I just was working with a client yesterday that is coming into New Mexico, working with NMDOT, and he's looking for projects. They do soil stabilization and have a compound that they spray into the dirt, and then it solidifies and you have a hard compact surface.
I've used it, or something similar.
Okay, and he's looking for projects to do grass.
Oh, nice.
So
Send it.
It's my favorite.
So we can talk about that
Like
offline
a
and see what
guinea
that
pig
looks like. and see-
situation?
Oh,
I guess.
There's a good,
And they guarantee the road for 10 years.
be good. And the one spot there where that would be really good is on the western part of the dome. There's a fire lane that we have to maintain 20-foot fire lane all the way around the dome. So that is gonna be off the asphalt, but it's gonna be just a base course gravel road. So somewhere like that would be great.
These
because
guys have all kinds of projects. They have the soil stabilization, they have this polymer that they put down.
Yeah.
That, to your point, if we laid that stuff down that is flexible on our roads, that's what they lay down first. So that the road gives and doesn't break apart.
Oh,
So,
that'd be great.
so we can talk about that offline and see what
Yeah.
opportunities might be there.
So we'll have those roads, we'll have the parking lot over here is not gonna be paved at this point, because it's about 400,000 just for the parking lot paving. But the parking lot is gonna be there, it's gonna have curb and gutter on the low sides, which is for water at some point for the storm sewers. And then, we're gonna have to put up a small portion of fence just to separate public
Mm,
from back of house operations. That is one thing.
Like just chain
We need
link
to-
or
yeah.
something.
No,
Bigger and
we could
better.
do something nicer, but right now I was just anticipating chain link. Because when parents and visitors or staff parking, you know, you don't want everybody and anybody just to be able to walk up to the school, so. we
Yeah.
Still need to get there at some point, but that's gonna be there, the roundabout. And the dome, all the water infrastructure all the way around for domestic fire.
Including on this side of the island.
Including on this side. So what's gonna happen here? We're gonna build this roundabout on this side. And we're gonna start using this north side over here, and I'm gonna take this temporary parking lot back. Cause I still have all the utility runs I gotta do on the side of the strip.
okay,
So the utilities will be here, the infrastructure will all be in, except some of the hard surface, and then that's where it's gonna lie.
Yeah.
Till the next bill.
so
Money.
yeah.
injection.
and on that note, and just in the interest of time, we could probably, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but just wanted to say that, like, I don't want to say it's our responsibility only as a board, but I think of any kind of entity that is in a position to kind of be helpful to this. I just want us to keep an eye on what phase 2 is, what that costs, and just, and there's some stuff that's already in progress, some stuff that Aaron and I are working on, but you know, we aren't going to access this money. It's not going to fall into our laps. You know, we have to be intentional about it. It is out there. And if you think of any major foundation in America, in terms of what they're looking for, they want to invest in something. They want an ROI. It's not a financial ROI, but there's no better value prop I can think of in the country than what we can offer people for what the investment they're going to do in our facilities, what we are going to be able to do for not just our students, but for the community. And so just ask you to kind of keep us plugged in and really just to be aware, like, what do we need? What is the field going to cost? What are the lights going to cost? And just start working on nailing that down. I know Katie and her team, you know, they're always keeping their eyes out on grants, but I believe in the power of intentionality, and I believe that just things happen by you making them happen. And I would like us, you know, each of us individually and collectively to be thinking about that and finding ways where can we contribute to that.
Have you thought about any kind of sponsorship or?
Yeah, I tried to do the Kyle Bollock Elk Ranch dome, but
There's certain issues with it.
there's some stuff we run into also with,
The bond has some tax liability issues, and giving naming rights on the dome itself was a little trickier.
but
doing things maybe within like the courts or the field or the.
I think there are definitely ways.
To do that.
Yeah,
Plus, I'm working with somebody right now who was really wanting to do something big here to
Well,
do some stuff.
Dan.
Plus, you guys have the public route too, once you get your PSFA stuff going. Cause there is,
maybe.
I just read an article about McKinley County and PSFA and how they're 85% complete on their field funding because of the lawsuit that happened. They gave a lot of money. Zuni built all brand new field.
Yeah,
Gal built all brand new field. So we priced the whole thing out, actually, and it was $27 million about total for the whole project,
Not including the high school.
not including the high school.
That was basically to complete the master plan as it's drawn.
Right, and then I think, don't quote me on the exact numbers, it was about a $12 million project that we're doing right now.
yeah.
So there is that shortfall, but I have it all separated out where
Which is a huge advantage though, too, just to,
Well, to have the plans done is a huge advantage right
Yeah.
now. Like we just give us the green light or the green money and
Yeah.
go.
yeah, yeah,
we'll take the.
Yeah.
the light.
yeah. So, well, gents, thank you so much for coming. And I know Kyle and Matt, you know, are available if you have any questions, you know, if you want to know what exact shade the color of the dome is going to be.
Oh, I do.
It's
What is it?
Navajo white.
There you go. So, so,
If it's not yet, it will be after we give it a couple of seasons.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you guys. And if you guys need to take off or go see the basketball game, feel free or stick around for the principal
No,
or finance report.
you guys are so lucky to hang around. I wish I could hang around with you, but don't know.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, go.
You.
Yeah,
Bye.
tell them to leave some
See y'all
game, unfinished by the time I get down there. Katie, do you want to go now? Or
Sorry, I'm on mute.
so,
Yeah, I can go now. Doesn't matter to me.
okay,
What else?
okay. So you go, I'm gonna skip my committee stuff, I'll save it for next time.
Hi, Kyle.
Bye, Katie. Shaking your hand too.
All right, so Katie's gonna give us the financial report.
And then also I was gonna say, I don't know if people could do this. So I don't remember when spring break is, but if we want to move the meeting from the last Tuesday to the Tuesday before that, so from the 31st to like the 24th or 5th or something, I can be there in person. So
Ooh,
the 24th. Be the
okay, that's, yeah, we're back from spring break, so I think that's doable. I'll just send an email out afterwards just to make sure, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm disappointed that you're not here because we were running on a streak for a while. So
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry. I just got back from my trip. So, which is great, by the way.
24th, but I will send an email out to make sure that it works for people
Okay.
as opposed to the 31st. But that is not confirmed. But I just want to, but I will email and see if we can do it. So
Okay, perfect. Can you let me
yes.
share my screen? Okay. All right. Okay, here are the financials, and usually we get them at a normal time, but today, because I was gone last week and then literally came back from vacation and my computer made this noise and went, pew, and it was very hot. So it died. And so I did doing. So, all right.
R.I.P.
What? Yeah, RIP. It was like done. Okay. So here where we are with the financials, a few changes and I'll explain them all. So on the revenue side, that was that SB9 funding that you guys approved earlier, that bar, that was a big chunk of money. I never put it in the forecast because there have been years where we have not received it. So I don't know if we're going to receive it or not, but for the past 2 or 3 years, we have received it and it has been about this amount of money. Other schools do get, not necessarily really in Gallup, but the rest of the state, they get local SB9 money, which are local property taxes. These are local property taxes, but they're issued by PED. They're not issued by the county. And so I don't know how we can get Hozho some of the more local SB9 funds, but I know that is on the radar to kind of figure out. I've talked to Kyle about it. And I've talked to Era about it. Okay, next on the expense side, the revenue side. So we have made some adjustments to payroll. Essentially, we took your January payroll and we said, what if that stays stable? What will that mean for the rest of the year? So we're seeing about $60,000 in savings. The benefits went up. Benefits for you all are going to change constantly. People are always changing their plans. And for a school year size. And so that essentially is us projecting out again for the rest of the year what we think your benefits will be. We've had some updates to some other expenses. So if we scroll down into the financials, so some of these are special ed expenses, which are these contracted specialists, and also some professional development expenses that we added to the forecast. Some additional repairs and our construction services, which makes sense given the little things that we're paying for here and there from the school for some of these items. As far as the dome goes, the majority of those expenses are getting charged to the bond, but there are a few that the school is paying for directly. It's just faster sometimes. The office supplies, general supplies and materials, it's a place where we're over sometimes. And I think it's just us catching up on bills. We are going to see hopefully more of our AP isn't terrible right now, but I would like to see it almost at zero here pretty soon. We are waiting for a large amount of your lease assistance money. In fact, I don't think we've gotten any of it. So as soon as that hits, then we can pretty much clear out accounts payable. And then some other fixed assets that have hit for this fiscal year. So I knew what these were earlier today, but they're all things that are allowable on either CSP or capital outlay. And so we've put them on those grants. So overall, though, if we look at the overall picture, I think we're doing well. Because of this large increase to the SB9 funding, our overall net operating did go up. Now that money can't be spent on just anything. And because we don't have an LPA, we can't spend it on a lot of things. We can spend it on things like items in the classroom, furniture, athletic equipment, stuff like that. But we can't actually spend it on any updates to the building until we get an LPA, which makes that LPA even more important. Because if we have it by the end of the year, then we can actually journal a lot of building expenses and costs to that fund.
If we get it basically by the end of the fiscal year, we can. Okay.
Yes. Yep. Then we can use it. Yep.
And
we're still going to use it. It's just what we use it on.
right. Which we should. I mean, I know it's, yeah. I mean, I don't know, Sam, if you want to give an update on that or if you have one, but I know Dan was kind of waiting, understandably, to go back to the state and just ask, but I don't know if that's happened yet, or I think it was around this time when we were thinking about going back and just saying, how's it going?
Will you just tell me what the question is and I'll just shoot it over to him and see if he has an update? He hasn't given me anything.
If he's heard back from the state on the LPA.
Don't believe he has.
Okay.
I talked to him today or yesterday, and he hadn't heard back yet.
Okay. I guess the question then, which he doesn't need to answer now, is just like, if he's thinking, when he thinks we might want to just, pop in and say, how's it going? Or, a nudge or something else. But it seems like Dan, knows the kind of the right flow for that. So obviously leave that in his discretion, but yeah.
He's responding.
Okay.
So
Katie, you want to go ahead and then, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's really our update. Sorry, it's not my pretty slides. Again, the computer imploding kind of put me back a few days. So, but yeah, I think we're doing well. And we're just really waiting, our actual year to date is negative. Our net operating for the year is negative, but that's because we're waiting on revenue.
Right.
And we did get some additional impact aid revenue this month. And it was for.
You got more?
Yeah, we got more. Well, so we're gonna do multiple rounds. We got a big chunk. Then we're gonna get this month we got a little chunk for special ed, and then there's probably another chunk coming, like another substantial chunk coming in April. So,
but that's not in the forecast necessarily.
That is in the like estimate, but I didn't know. So,
yeah.
Because we never know with impact aid. There's so many factors there, but
didn't even know if we're gonna get it this year. So we're already, in a better spot. So
400K ahead of the game.
There you go. That's the right side.
That's right. But that's all I have.
Okay. And Sam says that Dan hasn't heard anything, but he's going to reach out, maybe this week or next to hear on the LPA. Awesome. Thank you, Katie.
All right, y'all. Hopefully I'll see you guys in person next month.
Okay. Be careful with your computers. No more implosions.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Bye, guys.
Julianne, principal report, aka Florida report. Well, I need to know.
So start with our enrollment right now is 841. We have 57% Native American still, 74% minorities. That's been pretty stable for years. Right now we have 32 seniors ready to graduate. We recently had 2 students who withdrew for a couple of reasons. They were not going to be graduating. I think they looked for an alternative path somewhere. But Europe trip, we have 22 students going, 40 people total. In DC, we have a trip planned for, April 26th to May 1st for our 10th graders. Florida, we just came back from taking our 9th graders there, and, the one thing that we do is we visit another Barney Charter school, so just like ours, and our kids go to school there, and, they really enjoyed that. Sometimes I'm worried because they have a beautiful, pristine, big fields, and it looks like, something out of a movie, and I'm taking our kids there. And they said, no, we like our school, we like.
There we go.
Which one, is that Pineapple Cove or? Yeah. And then, but they were very kind and accommodating to us, and our students had a good time there. They, and a few of the students, when I asked, even though they went to SeaWorld and they went to Disney and did other things, they said, some of them said that the school was their favorite thing they went to. And for those who, they like the beach too, and we didn't have anyone going to the hospital this time, so. Yeah, shock this time. So, overall, that trip went really well. Everybody had a really good time. The students, even the students who were on the edge of not necessarily being allowed to go because of behavior, were excellent.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a great trip, because then 9th graders bond together, and the things that they say are like, I didn't even know that person, and this is their class.
How big is the 9th grade in total, do you know?
Well, there are 60 kids, and so 40 went.
It's like double, basically our seniors right now.
Yes.
Not exactly.
Well, when we went the first year, it was 30 total, and this year was 60.
Yeah.
We doubled the size of the trip
Mm.
with the chaperone. So it was a good trip. Our wait list right now is 237. Kindergarten and pre-K are in open enrollment. So in kindergarten, we have 46 of 75 potential spots open. 46 filled of 75 spots. And pre-K, we have 27 of 40 that are filled or registered. Next year, we'll be adding 1 or 2 classes. So right now we are 3 sections wide, except for 4th and 5th grade. But now we have the 3rd graders coming up, so they'll automatically make a 3rd, 4th grade. And so we are contemplating, depending on the portables and if we can get everything installed, maybe just going for it and just bringing in the kids on the wait list for 5th grade. And we normally bring in kids in 6th grade, so we're just maybe hopping up to 950 students by.
Margot would request more girls.
More girls. That's what I can do, if they would register, I can't make it happen. Right now, we've done the letters of intent, so all the teachers are coming back, other than 2 teachers. 1 is expecting, and 1 is moving on to a job that he has been trying to get for a long time.
Okay.
And then 2.
That's amazing retention though.
8% or more, yeah. It's 98% retention. In fact, I just went to Hillsdale for their training, and part of the training is that they assemble the entire group of all the administrators from all the different schools, and we all sit in one room, and they put up the plan for every school. And that used to be the time I'd have to use the restroom. Because we're competing with like the premier kids across the United States. This is not like, just you're competing with other gout kids. So they put up on the screen all the different metrics, and one of the metrics is how are our students doing compared to the other kids in their state. And there's sort of a bar, where they think, the average is of all the Barney Charter schools. Where we're not above the average of Barney Charter schools, but we are above the state average. So we fell into that category of like.
Yeah.
So then the other metrics were things like retention of teachers and retention of students, and we were top. We were like in the top of all the Barney Charter schools in the country.
That's awesome.
What was the second place for that?
Second place is probably for retention. I don't remember who was second for that. There are like maybe Cincinnati.
What was the percentage rate for retention then? You remember that?
They didn't really give you they didn't give us the percentages to say. It was just like a graph.
Being respectful, probably.
Are you here at school?
No, I'm just curious. That's really crazy.
My emails, just, they said they were gonna send those graphs, so I have to go
Okay.
ask them, and then maybe next time I can, or when I get them, I can just shoot them out to you, so you can take a look at them. But it used to be something I used to run and hide for, and now we can go in. when
Yeah.
it's blazing. They're like, who's this Hozho?
That's
Right. So, and retention of students, especially from eighth grade guys. That most of the Bonnie Charter schools really struggle with that because they don't offer sports.
yeah.
They don't offer other things than there's lots of opportunities within their community. So we're a shining star, and they are all very proud of us and the work that we're doing. So it's a good thing. One thing that I don't know if everybody has seen it, that we have created these brochures to start kind of like getting the word out about the school. If you want to just,
Are
you
these
don't
the
already
same
have
ones
one
from the lunch?
from the
Yeah.
London, yeah. So we haven't done much, we have never done any marketing of any kind. We didn't even have a sign on the building for the first 4 years or something
Yeah.
like that. We used a trailer in a dirt lot and we had 500 kids. So we couldn't get a pizza delivered, but we had 500 kids. So, so we're starting to kind of codify, what does it mean? What are we doing here? And things, I think now that we have our senior class, now that we're starting to kind of fill in those gaps, and we'll be 3 sections wide, K-8, and then at least 2 sections wide for most of high school, maybe, and then working towards building that out at some point, but we don't have any more room anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not like we have rooms of space available. And if only we have more kids than we can manage, and we even have kids on the wait list in the high school, which is another thing that no Bonnie charter school really has, other than maybe Atlanta.
Mm.
In Atlanta, they have 2,000 kids on the wait list. But you know, I don't know how that works, but at any rate, that we're right there in the thick of all the other Bonnie charter schools. We used to be the poor, sad group
Yeah.
off to the side. No more.
It's awesome.
So
And just to like tie this together, a couple of things, like, we've really not done anything to kind of tell people who we are or market ourselves. And I think for good reason, because it's a little bit less compelling when you go out and tell people who you're going to be, or what you're planning to do. But now we have plentiful stuff to tell people who we are and what we're doing. And this is going to tie into funding stuff, and this is going to tie into, it has so many different levels. And so that's something that I'm also working on. And I think it's very important, and it positions us, we're doing so many great things, and it's exciting to now kind of be able to go out and tell people about it. So, and that ties into funding, and that ties into, making things easier to get stuff done and everything else. So, my 2 notes to add to the principal report: the Hozho dance team did a fantastic, performed at the Suns game on Saturday, and just killed it. It was amazing. And just so cool to see our high school kids out there, on the court dancing. And it turned out to be an amazing game. Double overtime, buzzer beater with 1.1 seconds left. The only other Sun game I've been to in my life was 1993, Game 3 of the NBA Finals, which went to 3 overtimes, and the Bulls lost, which was tragic. So,
You're probably the only commonality between them.
I might actually be. And the last note on the Florida trip, just tying into this other stuff, is I tried to deputize a couple parents to help record some videos so that we can produce. I don't know if you guys seen the DC video from last year, the Equitas. I can send it to you, but hopefully within a month or so. It's a great way it just showcases so much of how we are special, the amazing things we're doing for our students, and probably most importantly, how amazing our students are. So I will be commanding some of your time for an interview. But yeah. Oh, yes. So
As much as I'm seeing stuff.
that problem is you're good at it. So sorry. Awesome. So that's all we got. And I think we can adjourn. Let's see. There we go.